All right, class. This is going to be a video for the answers for this worksheet, Study Guide 3B for Chapter 8. It says, write the correct answer in the blank at the right of each question. Well, we don't have blanks here. We're just going to write it. You can just draw a blank. Which of the numbers is a solution to x plus 7 is greater than 12? Well, 4 plus 7 is 11. Is that greater than 12? No. 5 plus 7 is 12. Is 12 greater than 12? No. 6 plus 7 is 13. Is 13 greater than 12? Yes. The answer is 6. Any questions? Now, in this table, we have to figure out what our y is, except for this one, we have to figure out what x is. This is our rule. So, 2 times 2 is 4, and 4 plus 4 equals 8. So you should have an 8 there. 5 times 2 is 10, and 10 plus 4 is 14. Now, what plus 4 equals 24? 20, right? So 2 times what is 20? 10. So your input is 10. 2 times 10 is 20 plus 4 is 24. Do you see how I got my answers of 8, 14, and 10? Now, here you are given all of these choices, more choices than boxes. One of these is the rule to each box. One of them, a different one is for each box. So, in this one, which rule matches this box? How does a 3 turn into a 1, a 12 turn into a 4, and an 18 turn into a 6? Yes. Divide by 3. 3 divided by 3, divided by 3, divided by 3. Kids, this slash means divide by 3. This means divide. So it's this one. I'm going to draw my line, goes to that. Okay, any questions? On the next problem. Here, 5 turns into a 14, 7 turns into a 20, 11 turns into a 32. Well, it's not multiplying by 2 or 3, so it's either going to be this one or this one. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is not 14, so it's not that one. 3 times 5 is 15, minus 1 is 14. It might be this one. 7 times 3 is 21, minus 1 is 20. This is the one. This one goes here. It is 3x minus 1. Any questions on how you find that? The next one, a 0 turns into a 0, 3 turns into a 6, a 5 turns into a 10, times 2. 0 times 2 is 0, 3 times 2 is 6, 5 times 2 is 10. This is the choice that goes with that one. Any questions? Okay, let's look at the next problem. Write an inequality to represent each situation. Then graph it. The decorations cost more than 12. I'm going to use D for decorations is greater than or more than 12. Now, I'll just draw my arrow there. Open circle on the 12 going to the right. Any questions? Number 7. Children ages 6 and under qualify for free admission. Okay, 6 and under. 6 and under. So, can they be 6? Yes. Can they be older or younger than 6? Younger. So, C is less than or equal to 6. put a 6 in the middle, closed circle going to the left. Any questions? And are there any questions on 1 to 7? All right, let's go on to number 8. Now, on the test, you'll get, these are worth more than 1 point. You get points for showing your work, points for getting the right answer, and points for graphing. So here, add 17. You would get points for showing that. You'll get 33 is less than M. So you'll have 33. Open circle going to the right. Notice how your variable has the big N. Big numbers live to the right. That can be tricky whenever your variable is on the right instead of on the left. In number 9, to undo adding, you subtract 12. You get a point for showing that. D is less than or equal to 10. You get a point for writing down your answer correctly. Then, close circle going to the left. You get points for that. Number 10, to undo multiplying by 5, divide both sides by 5. X is greater than or equal to 15. Any questions on how I got that? So, closed circle, X has the big N, big numbers live to the right. Any questions on that? In number 11, this says N divided by 3 is less than 12. What's the opposite of dividing by 3? Multiplying by 3. N is less than 36. Open circle going to the left. Any questions? Number 12. And it is time for us to go. We don't have time to do number 12. All right, now we're ready for question number 12. Julian wants to spend no more than $1,250 on his trip. Airfare is $358. Write and solve an inequality to find the maximum amount he can spend on the rest of his trip. Well, X is going to equal the rest of his trip. The rest of his trip plus $358 that he already spent, it can equal $1,250, right? Can it be more? No, it can be less. Now, how much more money does he have to spend on his trip? Well, minus 358 minus 358, X is less than or equal to 9, 11 minus 3 is what? 8. He can spend $892 on his trip. Any questions? Now let's go to the next side. In number 13, write an equation for the table. Equations have equal signs. You have to be careful. Sometimes they want a rule, sometimes they want an equal sign. Here it says an equation. How does a 1 turn into an 8?
Times 8.
2 into a 16 and a 3 to a 24 times 8. So the rule is, since they have an n, 8 times n equals y. Okay, they want an equation. You have to have an equal sign and a result. Okay, 8 times n equals y. Any questions?
No.
Now it says find the value of the 16th term. You are going to replace n with 16. So 8 times 16. 16 times 8, put down an 8, carry a 4. The answer is 128. Any questions on how to do that?
No.
Good. The next one's write an equation to represent the function. Okay, we have to write an equation. How does a 1 turn into a 6?
Times 6.
6, but 2 times 6 is not 12. So it's not times 6. Plus 5, no. 2 plus 5 is 7. It's going to be a two-stepper. It looks like times 5 plus 1. Let's see.
I was just gonna say that.
1 times 5 is 5 plus 1 is 6. 2 times 5 is 10 plus 1 is 11. Now, kids, I think on your test tomorrow or Monday, they have things for you to choose from, so you don't have to guess. You can look at those ones to choose from to see if they work. So we said it was 5 times x plus 1 equals y. Equation, you have to have the equal sign, okay? All right, how does a 1 turn into a 1? Well, plus 0. That won't do it. 2 times 2 is 4, but 3 times 2 is 6. Times 3 minus 2. Yeah, 1 times 3 is 3, minus 2 is 1. 2 times 3 is 6, minus 2 is 4. So it's 3 times x minus 2 equals y. An equation, you have to put your equal sign, okay?
What's be on the test?
They won't be this hard. The ones on the test will be more like this, here, where you have to choose one. They give you choices, and that's easier. Here, use the following information for exercises 17 to 20. What information? A giraffe can eat about 75 pounds of vegetation every day. Write an equation to find P, the number of pounds of vegetation a giraffe eats in a day. An equation means an equal sign. So, P equals how many pounds of vegetation? 75 times D. All right, you have to use D for days. So that's your equation. Now make a table to show the relationship between pounds and days. So days and pounds. 1 day, 75 pounds. 2 days, 150. 3 days, 225. Now, graph it on this graph. Okay, this is your x, and that is your y-axis. Here is x and y. They called it D and P, days and pounds. All right, I'm just going to spread it out a little bit. Here's 1. Let's see, this is 1. Skip over 2, skip over 3. All right, I've got them spread apart. 1 day, and then I'm going to go by 25s. 25, 50, 75, 100. Oh, it's probably not going to work for a 25. 125, 150, 175, 200. I got to make one more line. 225. Now it'll work. 1 is, I should have gone by 50s, is 75. 2 is 150. 3 is this one. Analyze the graph. Well, it's a straight line. Straight line. Makes a straight line. And it increases by 75.
Isn't it linear or something?
It's linear. You remember that. Very good. Increases by 75. Okay. Now, On the next one, we have 2 more here, then I can show you the answers to the first part. Create a table and graph each equation. So I'm going to make a vertical table. All right, this is X, this is Y, and I'm going to use the numbers 0, 1, 2, and 3. I want to use 4 because that one's got, it'll make it nice. Okay? So, if X is 0, 1/4 times 0 is 0, Y is 1. If X is 1, 1/4 times 1 is 1/4, plus 1, it's 1 1/4. 1/4 times 2 is 2/4, which is a half, plus 1 is 1 1/2. 1/4 times 3 is 3/4, plus 1 is 1 3/4. 1/4 times 4 is 1, plus 1 is 2. Now we're going to graph this. 0, 1. 1 is 1 1/4. 2 is 2 1/2. 3 is 3 3/4. 4 is 4. It should make us close to a straight line. Now on the next one, we need to do this. On this problem, we make a box. I'll give you the answer key. I'm fixing it right now. As soon as I'm done, I'll give this to you. This is the last problem. All right. So this is X, this is Y. All right, I'm going to do it for 0, 1, 2, and 3. When X is 0, 2 times 0, Y is 0. When X is 1, 2 times 1 is 2. When X is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. When X is 3, 3 times 2 is 6. Now we have to graph it. 0, 0, 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6, and it makes a straight line. Now,